Good afternoon. My name is Sam, and I bring warm greetings from the Philippines. A few years ago, I met an anti-trafficking organization that talked about how they rescue women from sex trafficking there. But when I asked them about how they're reintegrated back into society, I was disappointed. The reality is that survivors are often exploited again. So I worked for over 20 years across 4 countries, running global operations for banks such as JP Morgan and Deutsche Bank. And it got me thinking that maybe the modern workplace and technology could be the difference for these women that remain ostracized, stigmatized, and put into the too hard basket. Oops. Okay. So 5 years ago, I left my job in investment banking and created a company called Regenesys. We are a world-class business process outsourcing company with the mission to help our clients scale whilst providing technology careers for those who've been trafficked and those who are at high risk of being exploited. So our main service offering is in high-volume photo and video editing. This year, we've already edited close to 500,000 photos for the US real estate market, sold through our Better Edits brand. We operate an enterprise-grade B2B platform that enables our customers to scale up quickly alongside with us. So this is the heart of our business model. So our developers create bespoke platforms for our clients, meeting their needs and processes. We provide front-to-back services across sales, customer support, operations, and then back-end activities such as HR and accounting. And finally, our workforce. So back in my banking days, I used to create high-performing teams, and our customers now rave about the consistent quality of what we produce as a service. So with this business model, we've grown quite quickly over the last couple of years, and we are now profitable. We are employing 120 people at the moment, of which 87 are from our target employee demographic. We employ both trafficking survivors and those we consider at high risk of exploitation. So those individuals who are abused, and also individuals living in communities where trafficking and abuse are happening actively. So half of that category under high risk are siblings of those who have been trafficked. So we intend to maintain our impact as we grow over the coming years. These projections are actually projections based on our existing client base. And next year, we're going to hire 253 from our target employee demographic, growing up to 1,700 by 2022. So my dedication to Regenesys is based on the amazing transformation that my team enables. This is Leah, and this is actually Leah. We can't afford actors. So when Leah was 16 years old, she went for a job interview as a babysitter. And during the interview, she was assaulted and then kept as a slave for the next 2 years, abused almost daily. Leah was rescued by the police after she gave birth to her daughter. The Leah now, 5 years later, is a team leader in our business intelligence and analytics team. But aside from this technical transformation, is a character transformation into a confident woman who is able to teach others that what happened in the past does not define their future, and that it is possible to walk free from the darkness into the light. Leah's journey is typical for our employees, and our vision is to see thousands of stories, transformation stories like Leah, repeated all across the world. So being someone from both an engineering and banking background, I'm passionate about measuring processes and outcomes. So we carefully track our employees over the time that they're with us. And these statistics show that we have a significant impact once they start working with us. We are producing world-first evidence-based research regarding the ideal working conditions for victims of trafficking and abuse. And we have developed health programs and core workplace skills programs. The Philippine government actually had a look at that program, the health program, and have asked us to deploy it to every government shelter in the Philippines. And just this week, we are training 5,000 teachers in the island of Mactan to educate their students about health. So our vision is to be an innovator and to be a leading digital media editing platform. We want to operate in slavery hotspots across the world and employ up to 10,000 people in 10 years. When I first started this, I was told by a lot of people that there was no way that trafficking survivors could work in an office, let alone in front of a computer. What we have done now is to show the world how you can do that, but also what survivors are capable of doing. So our ask to enable this is 500,000, 350,000 in debt for expanding our operations, buying new PCs and infrastructure, a grant of 100,000 to replicate our model in another trafficking or abuse hotspot, and 50,000 for research as we disseminate best practices around the world. So this is my senior team, quite a few who joined me 5 years ago. For the survivors amongst this group, each tell an incredible story of redemption and restoration. And I would like to invite you to be part of this. Thank you.